everybody, welcome to our first adult make and take program. My name is Amber Gagliardi and I'll be leading you through this craft today. Today we will be making this rainbow hanging, which really is so versatile. It can go anywhere. It can go anywhere in your home, it can go in your window, or I think it'd be super cute for a nursery as well. Let me go over first the materials you're going to need for this program. So the first thing you're going to need is some rope. This is made out of cotton and it's a 5mm rope. And the next thing you'll need is some craft wire. This is a 20 gauge craft wire. I feel like the 20 gauge is really great for this project because you can easily mend it, and you would want to use a wire cutter as well, but it's really easy to work with. The other thing you're going to need is yarn. Really, you can use any weight yarn. You can switch them up, you can use scraps, but you'll want 7 different colors. Even if you have some scrap yarn laying around, it's great to use it. On average, I did about 8 arms length of yarn. That's about what you need, depending on how tight you wrap your rope. The other thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors, the pliers, which I just mentioned, a hot glue gun, lots of hot glue gun sticks. I also have some popsicle sticks here so I don't burn myself. Tape. I'm using some masking tape. You can use painter's tape or some washi tape or even scotch tape if that's all you have. And I have a measuring stick here, which is helpful. You can certainly use a ruler, but we are using some larger measurements today, so it's kind of nice to have that. Now, most of you probably received a kit from the library, picked it up, and you have everything for you with the exception of the glue gun, the scissors, the pliers, and the tape and your measuring stick. So we provided the rope, the yarn, and the wire. So go ahead and take everything out of your kit. You also have directions that you can refer to. And I recommend laying it all out on a table. So you can see in your kit, we labeled each of the ropes for you, so you can see what size. So go ahead and just put them smallest to largest. Your biggest size will be the 36 inch, 34 is next, 32, 30, 38, 36, 34. And then you also have the wire. So go ahead and lay that out. And these are not labeled, but it's very easy to distinguish the sizes. So just go ahead and get them organized. You can just, again, lay them in size order. So your smallest, you can put right in the front. And then you also have your yarn, which you'll be using a little bit later. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is start with your smallest one. Go ahead and cut the tape off. And you're going to cut your rope in half, just like this, and then lay it out. And you're going to want to take it and glue in between the rope. And I'm just sticking it right in between and then pushing it in. So I am not using my popsicle stick at this time, but you just want to be careful. And I am leaving about 3 inches on each side of my rope, and then I'll put my wire in between. Okay, since this side is still warm, I'm gonna go ahead and put my shortest piece of wire right in there. And again, it's still warm, so it's kind of nice. It's giving me a head start. And I'm just gonna use my popsicle stick to squeeze it in there. And again, I'm leaving 3 inches on each side, so I'm just eyeing it with my measuring stick. So as it dries, you'll want to add some more. You'll want to make sure your wire is nice and tight. This will help you make the arches of your rainbow. And if you are going to hang it on a wall or it's going to be hanging, it's nice to have that firm structure. So go ahead and get your wire in. And as it dries, you can kind of just tuck it in a little bit more. And you could always reinforce if the wire starts to pop out. And it will. So this is my first arch. So you can start to lay it on the table of how you want your rainbow to look. So if you want it to be, have a big inner side or have it be wide, if there's a specific area that you're gonna hang it, you'd wanna just take that into consideration. So I'm just going ahead and I have my first arch here. So go ahead and continue on. Next I'm gonna do the 26. And again, take it from both ends, cut it in half, and just glue right down the middle. And then put your next smallest wire right in the middle. So this is number 2. So you're going to continue to do this 7 times until you have all the rope cut with the wire in between. So if you're making this along with me, you may want to pause, finish that, and we'll continue back at the next step. Okay, once you have all your ropes with the wire in it, you'll just want to go ahead and form your rainbow arch. And the way I do it is I take my rope with the wire facing in, and then I kind of just go over it with the rope. But there are many ways to do this. And you'll want to start to think about if you want your project to have a nice straight edge, or if you like it when it has sort of an arch, so you can decide. And once you decide that, you'll want to go ahead and tape your masking tape, and you'll want to put it at the end of your rope. where you'll start your yarn. So then wherever the tape is not in the middle, you'll go ahead and wrap your rope with the yarn. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And again, I taped it, and then I will wrap from here to here, and I'll know where to stop. So you'll just want to position it so you know exactly how you want it to look based on where your arch is and how long you want the rope to be showing. You'll just want to go ahead and tape all your ends. So then the next part is a lot of fun. This is where you'll want to decide on the colors. So each of the kits that we provided to you have a pink, they have a blue, they have a green, they have a purple, they have a white. So you'll want to choose which color you want in the middle and on the outer. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the yellow. And this is going to be my inner layer. And you'll just want to find your end. And you'll use your hot glue gun throughout this process. So just go ahead and put a little glue at the end. And you'll just want to start wrapping. And the tighter you do it, the less rope you'll see. So if you like that look, you'll want to just do it nice and tight. And you'll go ahead and just make sure you have enough glue at the beginning. And just go ahead and wrap around. Now this part is time consuming, but can be very relaxing. So as you do each of the arches, you could always just go find a comfy chair or even go outside, and you're basically just wrapping the rope. Now periodically, I just take a little bit of hot glue and just reinforce the yarn. But if you were doing it super tight, this may not even be necessary. So if you don't want to stand by your hot glue gun, it's not something you have to do. You just go ahead. Now one other tip I have for you is if you feel like your yarn is getting tangled, you can go ahead and just give yourself a good amount, cut it, and this way you don't have such a long piece of a long bundle of yarn to deal with. So it's much quicker and easier if you have a little bit. So let me go ahead and show you this, and then when you get to the end of it, you just glue it, and you really won't see it because you're gluing everything together, so it's fine. You can do like a swirling technique like this, where you just move the rope, or you can just take your time and do it nice and slow. I see that my wire popped out a little bit, so since I'm right next to my glue gun, I'm just going to reinforce it. Not a big deal. And I'm going to use a popsicle stick. Okay, great. And I'm just going round and round. Okay, I'm done with the first one and it looks great. So this will be my inner arch. So you are going to continue to do your other 6 colors. If you're crafting along with me, go ahead and pause it and start your video again when you are complete with this step. Okay, now that you finished the hard part of wrapping all your rope, you should have a beautiful rainbow in front of you. And now we are just going to work on forming our rainbow, taking the tape off and embellishing. So go ahead and make sure you have your arches positioned in a nice way. And you're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna use my scissors here just to go ahead and take off all the tape. Okay, once you have all your tape off, you can go ahead and reinforce any yarn that needs to be reinforced. So I see that my blue is coming off a little. Great. And next you'll want to glue your arches together. So just take a look and see which side looks best of your project. And I am going to go ahead and do this side. And I'm going to start with my inner layer. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue these 2 pieces together. With a generous amount of glue. And I'm going to keep the arch in place. And then you'll do your next layer. Okay, once you have them all glued together, feel free to just reinforce a little bit. If you missed any tape, go ahead and take that off. If you're gonna hang it on a wall, you could go ahead, and this is gonna be my back side right here, and I'm gonna hang it on a wall. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just be generous with the glue, especially towards the bottom here, and just reinforce. Because no one's gonna see this side. I put a lot in the middle. So that all looks really nice. So the next thing you can do is you can go ahead and take the rope and separate it. And by doing that, you'll create like a fringed look to it, which I really like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to each of these pieces. And it's just a rope, so you just go ahead and unravel it. Okay, when you're done unraveling all your rope, and it's how you like it, you can go ahead and trim it, which I did on the few I've made, and give it a nice straight look if you want. If you like it like this, you can leave it. So you can go ahead and just give it a little haircut. I've also seen examples where they've left some in front and some shorter in the back. So it really depends what you like. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it at an angle. I think that'll look nice for this. So I cut it at an angle. And again, I'm just gonna reinforce a couple of pieces that came undone here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how to add some pom-poms. Pom-poms were not included with your kit, but if you have them around your house, you can go ahead and add them. It came out to give it like a cloud effect. This could be done just like this, but if you want to add to it, this is one way you could. So I have a mixture of purple and white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some larger pom-poms in the middle here, and then I'm gonna put some smaller ones on the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some glue on the end here. And I'm just taking a generous amount of glue and I'm just creating a little pattern here of purple and white. And if you decide you don't like a pom-pom, like I'm not really liking this dark purple one, you just rip it off and it's gone. So I think that looks really cute. So what I'm gonna do now is I am gonna hang this on the wall. So I'm gonna take some of my leftover yarn, which you will have extras in your kit, and I'm just gonna tie in the purple and add a little hanger on mine. So you can just find a spot in one of your arches and even take a popsicle stick and poke it through, or your scissors. And I'm doing it around the top arch. You could go for the second arch. And I'm going to tie a little knot. You can certainly use some macrame techniques and make it a little fancier. I'm just gonna do a simple knot for this. And you can go ahead and hang it on a wall. A couple other things you can do is add some beads to the top to match any decor you have around your house. For this one, I added a pink bead to match the string I used, and I wanted to hang this in my daughter's room, so I went ahead and on the Cricut machine cut her name out, Lily, for the middle. So I think this would be really cute for her room, and I used fishing wire to go across, so you won't really be able to see it. So I think that came out very cute. So really there's a lot you can do with this project to match your aesthetic. I've seen some examples where people have taken an extra set of yarn or a thick, heavier weight yarn and did like the middle one in a different wrap. You could use different colors, but really the possibilities are endless. Another thing you could do is write a positive message across your rainbow and hang in your window for inspiration, or really anything you can think of. We'd love to see your projects if you want to share them with us. you can email me and I'd be happy to share it, or just take a look, or you can post on Facebook or Instagram using the hashtag MCPL at home, or just share it to our Instagram or Facebook. We would love to see your projects. We hope you had a lot of fun with this, and we hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or get stuck on a step, go ahead and email me. And again, my name is Amber Gagliardi. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.